This past year, COVID-19 has shown the demand for fiber-to-home networks that are gigabyte capable with both download and upload speeds to support education, telemedicine, and work from home. However, broadband maps can mislead and overstate the true level of service in America.
Well, the definition of broadband mapping is trying to identify those homes, schools, and businesses that have access to broadband coverage and those that don't. And it's important because these state and federal programs that are incentivizing broadband expansion and build-out are trying to identify who has service currently with good broadband service and who does not.
Well, in rural America, you have these census blocks that are defined as either being served by the FCC or not. And when federal funding or state funding comes down to help offset the high cost to build these areas, you'll have folks that may get left behind because they're considered served, but yet in actuality, they're not served at all.
There is a concerning amount of misappropriate broadband funding for less superior networks. Construction of vital networks can be completed and made possible with funding through federal, state, and county funding support.
USF, Universal Service Fund support, is a federal program that has been in place for decades. It originally was set up to help deploy telephone service across the country, but as we've migrated into a broadband economy, the USF Fund now is helping to fund broadband build-out. So it's one of the several programs from the federal government that helps defray the costs of broadband build-out, along with other types of federal programs out there. We have found that some entities who self-report their current broadband coverage might overstate that coverage for use in the broadband maps. The importance of that is when broadband coverage is overstated, then it effectively knocks that area out from further state incentives. There may be people who live in an area that's claimed to have coverage but doesn't have broadband coverage, and those people want to have new broadband providers come in and serve them, but there's not going to be state incentives available because of the overstated coverage.
Western Iowa Networks, or WIN, is a small and reputable community-based telecommunications company founded in 1905. Their mission is to build future-proof fiber to the home networks in rural Iowa.
Western Iowa Networks actually became the first company nationwide that I know of that was serving these small communities, fiber to the home to every single resident, both in town and outside of town. So you think about a company like Western Iowa Networks, how they've persevered through natural disaster, 2 major floods in southwest Iowa that they've been able to build back from and continue to serve their customers.
We've been a small independent telephone company, community-based, for a numerous number of years, and we continue to look to offer the latest and greatest services. Within the last 3 years, we were able to double the company's size and build over 600 miles of fiber optic to the home. And most recently, we've been the recipient of a broadband grant to construct roughly 800 miles of fiber and pass close to 6,000 homes, and we'll do that in the next 3 years.
Western Iowa Networks takes pride in their high-quality reliability, fast and dependable services, and great experiences with their customers. They are a leader in technology adoption, providing fiber to the home technology and gigabyte broadband service in its entire serving area.
Working with Western Iowa Networks has been a wonderful experience. I'm a Mills County supervisor from southwest Iowa, and we started working with them a few years ago on extending broadband services to the people in our communities. Western Iowa Networks has stepped up working with the county along with the county's input, and more people are getting hooked up on a daily basis.
Western Iowa Networks will continue to look for broadband funding, whether it's through the federal, state, or local side, to build out future-proof fiber optic to the home broadband. We continue to invest in our infrastructure. We look for new technologies that our consumers and our communities demand. We're excited to continue to offer the latest and greatest services that our consumers expect.
To learn more, contact us today.